Welcome, Debs. We got
Hi.
live. We figured it out. This is Deb Hinton, everybody, and Deb is one of our current transformational coaching students with it's not a strange background, but tell us about why you thought about doing the certification when you actually are not just a salon owner of one salon, you actually own two salons, you're a hairdresser, you've been doing this for 30 years. So tell us a little bit how you kind of came to the point of thinking, I want to do the transformational coaching certification.
I think because when I started my business, it was always, I didn't want it to be just me on the salon floor. I wanted to build a business.
Yeah.
So I've coached and mentored many of my team, and had a team of like over 40 at a time. So, coaching them, mentoring them each week to hit their targets and achieve their goals. I become very passionate about it. So when this course come up, being in entrepreneurship anyway, when this course come up, I was just like, yeah, I read through it once and I was like, that's for me.
See, that's fascinating, isn't it? I guess when you look back at your previous kind of skills and experience, you realize I'm kind of doing this anyway. So if I actually learn better skills to become a better coach, not only will that affect if you want to build a separate coaching business, but also it'll affect, your bottom line in your salons. So like a win-win, really.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What about your reason for thinking about building a coaching business alongside what you're doing?
I think long term, because this is something that I can continue to do for as many years as I want to.
Flexibility.
So yeah, and to a certain degree, it's the freedom, still from that as well. Yeah.
I guess like a bit of a retirement thing. I know
Yeah.
you and I have had previous like one-to-one sessions together, and you talked about, what comes after, I'm at the salon every day, I'm pushing those forwards. What if I want to sell? Like, what do I do then? Having built a business for 30 years where you're around people, you're helping people, you're coaching and mentoring your staff, what comes next? So I guess this was something that like, oh, I'm not going to be trapped. I can go and work from anywhere. If you want to live 6 months in the sun, 6 months in the rain in the UK, you can do. So was it that kind of freedom that was attractive to you?
Yes, but I think as well, because I started to have other businesses come to me and let rooms out, 'cause with the way the building is that I've got, and helping them with their business. I just had a vision. I just had a vision of what I wanted to create.
And so you wanted to find the skills then, I guess, in the transformational coaching certification. So you could offer these services, but with total confidence that you have the step-by-steps, the strategies, the skills to be able to help them transform.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I had skills, but not until I started the course. I mean, Jo is just an amazing teacher. She's just so good. But it just literally what I've learned is just I can't believe it.
Really? How far through the certification are you?
About 70%.
70%
Oh,
through.
well over halfway now. Yeah.
What were you nervous about when you were, I don't know, like, did you worry about spending the money? Did you worry about the value that you were going to get? Did you worry about it kind of like not meeting your expectations or maybe taking up too much of your time? Did you have any kind of like things that you were thinking, oh, I don't know?
No.
You didn't?
Not at all, because I've been in entrepreneurship for a while, and knew people in there as well. No, I just trusted it, and I knew
it was going to be that.
It was going to be a good course, and it has been. It's been amazing, honestly.
What's your experience been so far then? How have you found it?
Just transformational. Literally, honestly, literally, just even my own goals, picking up on things that that I haven't seen through myself. So I've worked on myself, and that in itself is a huge huge learning curve.
Your own personal development, what kind of things has it impacted so far, would you say?
It's had a big impact on my relationship.
And you're getting married soon, so this is a good thing.
Yeah. Listening, learning to listen. Believe it or not, that's it. That's one of a huge thing in transformation is listening. But
you were telling me about your daughter as well, like your relationship with your daughter.
Yeah, it's been huge. We've had some big breakthroughs, me and Jade, just because of what I've learned.
Give me goosebumps, that.
Yeah,
because there's nothing more important, is there, than, well, our relationship with ourselves, which has obviously helped you with, but also our relationship with our kids. And if we can learn these skills and actually impart them onto our kids as well, that's only going to benefit them and us and the relationship. I love it that you've seen such a drastic change in that.
Huge. I mean, I've done little exercises with Lee, my partner, who's soon to be my husband. Without him really knowing too much, and then he's gone, "You've just done something on me, haven't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have, but you didn't know, did you?" And he uses it himself. He's using it. So yeah.
I know that one of the biggest sort of apprehensions, well, and you know this from being a hairdresser, right? You can go to college, you can do your qualifications, you can get the skill to become a hairdresser, but building a hairdressing business, two different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
The skills you need to be a hairdresser is one thing, like the skills to become a coach, doing the transformational coaching certification is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The skills to building a coaching business are completely different. The fact that in our certification, we give you access to both. Getting obviously entrepreneurs to in with that, with the coaching curriculum in there, step-by-step of how to build a coaching business with all the supports and that you get. Was that attractive to you because you already knew, like, listen, getting the skills is one thing, making money from it is different?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's so important to get the skills.
Yeah.
But on Entrepreneurcity, there's so much in there.
Yeah.
There's so much in there. And I keep saying to myself now is, you know, it's so important to have goals, and it's so important to educate yourself.
Yeah. So
and find your passion, you know, find what you're really passionate about.
Learning and doing, and then having your hands held throughout that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. How have you found Jo, the tutor? I mean, I'm obviously a big fan, but
what can I say? The lady is amazing. She's the help, you know, and everything that she's got in the modules. It's there's so much in there, so much information. She's not missed anything out.
And if you find something difficult, like, you know, it can be difficult learning new skills, right? Or just, I don't know, a little bit like awkward in a group environment. I know you get one-to-one session with Jo as well, but how is she? Like, you know, with that, we can say, because she's not here, but you know, if you find something difficult or you're struggling to get something, how is she when those kind of things come? Because I know with a lot of certifications, like, you're working your way through it yourself, you're taking a test at the end, you get certified. That's not what this is. We are really like focused, as you well know, we don't want to help create good coaches. We want to create excellent coaches, and we're not going to let you go out there into the world to be a good coach. This is about being an excellent coach. So you don't just stand out, but you're getting recurring clients over and over again, because people are like, oh my God, I just did this. Yeah. So how is it when you find something a little bit like, I don't really understand this or whatever? How is that kind of support?
Well, it's interesting to start with that I didn't want to go to Jo straight away, because I thought, you know, is she going to come back to me? And I've just been really honest, because she's so busy and, you know. But then I messaged her and she's like, ping straight back to me. Literally just comes back. But what I love about Jo is she's not coming back with the answer. She's getting you still to find the answer yourself. So she's asking still the right questions. And that blows my mind. Yeah. It's amazing.
She does it to me all the time. She's popped off. Oh, she's back. She does it to me all the time. And I'm like, I know what you're doing. Can you just tell me, please? And she's like, So just a quick question. And within like a couple of questions, I'm there at the answer myself, which actually empowers me to think, I already knew this. I already have these like answers within me, but it also helps me when somebody else comes to me with a challenge. It helps me be a better coach because I know that's what she did with me. And that's how I get the answers out of somebody else. So it has that like two-pronged attack of like, okay, I'm getting my answer, but I'm also learning how to find that answer myself, which obviously is empowering me and giving me the skills and the strategies to go ahead and find the answers. How confident do you feel? I know you're only 70% of the way through, but how confident do you feel, would you say, about becoming a coach? Because it's one thing, isn't it, sat in like a learning environment. Mm-hmm. And then it's another thing kind of putting yourself out there. Like you're at the kind of case study bit, right? Where you are practicing on people. And I know people were really nervous about that. The benefit of being inside getting Entrepreneurcity as well with your certification is that there are, you know, nearly 1,000 people inside of Entrepreneurcity that are just like, you put a post on the group, didn't you, saying, would anyone like to be my case study? And she's like, oh my God, there's like hundreds of comments, people saying, yeah, me, yeah, me. This has got to give you like two things. Number one, to know that the demand for coaches is there. Like there are people who are, number one, not just open to coaching, but they're desperate for it. And number two, that confidence that you can practice in a safe space.
Yeah.
So how has that been for you in terms of thinking about how confident you feel about becoming a coach?
I feel very confident about becoming a coach because of the support.
Okay.
And we do have a group as well ourselves, you know, of the coaches that our transformation coaches are learning to be. So we all help each other as well. So yeah, I feel confident. But one thing I will say is totally what you just said. I agree with. There is room for lots of coaches.
Yes. Oh yeah.
People that want coaching.
But this just opens your eyes to it, doesn't it? One saying, would anyone be interested in doing a case study session? Everyone's like, yeah, me. And you think, wow, this just shows like I only need like 5 clients paying £500 a month to make £2,500 a month. And there are hundreds of comments here of people who want sessions. So yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. What would you say then to finish off to anyone who's thinking about doing the certification?
Oh, go for it. Go for it. Even if you don't look at it as perhaps, you know, being a coach in the end of it, which I know you will be because you will when you go through it. But the life change that happens along the way is just incredible.
So that's interesting. So that's an interesting view then. So even if you don't want to become a coach, this is like been a personal development program for you.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
I love that. Thank you so much, Debs, for sharing. I really, really appreciate it. You know, I'm always going to be cheering on and supporting you inside of Entrepreneurcity. So here's to like an amazing, now 30% left of the course to do, of the certification to do, and then into building the business. I'm excited to watch your journey. Thanks for sharing with us, Deb.
Thanks, Em. Thank you.